Hello, happy President's Day. Happy day off from school, long weekend. I hope you all are having fun, using the time the way you want to be using it, rejuvenating. We're like in between running around with our kids around here. But I just wanted to jump in and share out. Dun, 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 it's finally here. Our article in this issue of Science Scope, the January-February issue of the NSTA Science Scope is here, and it's all about how we can help students have fun as they're playing with data and graphs and things like that, right? It can feel heavy, it can feel black boxy. That's not what we are going for. We want to liven it up. And so there are a whole host of ideas and strategies in that Science Scope article. So let me sort of share out where that is. Sorry. Okay. So if you go to Science Scope, this is what you can find. And then you can scroll down and you can see some information about this issue. You can click here, read the issue, or right up here, you can click browse the journal. And then it will take you to this screen where you will be taken to Taylor Francis Online because NSTA is now working with Taylor Francis to publish their journals. And so this is where you find it. And this was a little strange for me. So I was expected when I arrived here that I would find the article, but it is not listed here in these articles. If you scroll down to this, the recent issue, and click on it, I know it's a couple steps, just bear with me. Okay, so then we get here and you get the full issue, and this is the article right here. Just went live. So let's get these views up if we want. So student thinking while analyzing data and how we can help students have fun with that and different pieces like that. So a range of different suggestions. Yes, it is in Science Scope. Yes, that is the middle school science journal for the National Science Teaching Association. And no, these ideas are not only relevant for middle school science classrooms. Just want to put that out there. So jump in, take a look at it, check it out, see what you think. One of the ones that we highlight up, which for those of you that have joined me at sessions, and you've heard me talk about this before, is the good old Charty party. We love everybody at Very Special Games. Why do we love everyone at Very Special Games for putting this together? Because they originally came out with the orange version of Charty Party. It's great. It is fantastic. It is age 17 plus. Okay. So you can think about what might be included in here. What I love is that teachers contacted them to say, we need more options because we're using this with our students. And they listened. Don't we love it when companies listen to teachers and what we're asking for? That's so fantastic. And that's what resulted in the purple all ages edition of it. So if you're looking for Charty Party, purple's the one that we want in our classrooms. It comes with a variety of different descriptions on how we can use it, different things like that. For those that have not played Charty Party, it's kind of like Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity. You're given a visualization. So here we have newest technology use stemming from the radio is the newest piece of technology that you have used, to a 3D printer. There is no y-axis, but it increases as we go up. And then then the data are there. So like lots and lots of dots here in this scatter chart, and then one dot up here. And there are various different ways. The games comes with different cards of different options of what you could use for the y-axis. I describe a way that I often run through this with learners to how to do it. But in essence, what you're trying to think about is like, what is an option for a y-axis that could work with this graph type? Now, Charty Party is fantastic. As I mentioned, we love Very Special Games. If you are interested and want to get your own copy, they have graciously offered a 15% discount. So use the discount code Dataspire. We'll put it in the comments below if you would like it. But I want to say the concept is pretty easy to replicate. You can make your own graphs, and especially for our younger learners, for our elementary students, almost all of the Charty Party graphs have two axes, have two variables that are a part of it. and our elementary students aren't yet really looking at two variables. So you can adapt it. You can make your own visualization, and then they need to, decide what that variable would be that you are graphing. Or love the scatter charts or the bar charts or the line graphs, all of these different graph types that Charty Party has, but there are no maps. There are no, let's think of another one, box plots. There are no histograms. There aren't some of these other graph types that we're using in the K-12 space. So again, make your own, build off of it, use this idea. Now, why do I think this is a great idea? If you're stuck trying to figure out y-axis options, ChatGPT can be your friend here, right? We're like leveraging AI, making our life easier. So why am I so excited about Charty Party? Besides the fact that it is fun and it is wonderful to play games and it is February and like we need some fun, right? Like, oh man, we're gonna get there through this school year. So always incorporating some fun can be a good thing. The big thing and how this connects to what I was writing about in the article, which the whole issue is about eliciting student thinking and getting a sense of what are students actually thinking about, is that when we're looking at a graph in this context, or the way that Charty Party has it set up, where they're given one axis and they're given the data, but they're not given the other axis, it's a different way to get at what are our students actually seeing, helping make it visible what's actually going on in their head as they're trying to make sense of the data. So very often we give them a visualization. It has the variables or attributes labeled, the data are already in there, and then we're asking them great questions like, what do you notice? What do you wonder? What does this make you think of? Those are fantastic. We should keep those. But that's always working in one pathway. That's always one way in, one entry point in to data analysis. So you might be thinking, well, but Kristen, sometimes I have them make their own graph. Great, that's awesome. But that is actually the same pathway in to making sense of the data, because they make the visualization and it has the variables and it has those data points in there. It's all already on the visualization by the time we get to the describing what's going on in the pattern and thinking about what it could mean. When we take away one of the variables, in this case, when we're looking at bivariate data, or if it's just we're putting one variable in as the way we've adapted this for elementary students, then they have to think about the pattern in a different light. They have to think about, oh, okay, so it's going up and down, up and down. Here, it's time of day. So what would make sense? On the time of day, where are the values for that would be different throughout the day. And not only just different throughout the day, but high at, let's see, around 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. and low around 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. So they're thinking about what's going on in the data on a very different level. So it's just like we do pull-ups, we do push-ups, we do bicep curls, all to strengthen our arm muscles. We're getting at it from a different perspective. So Charty Party, super fun. And we'll put that discount code if you want your own copy of it. If you want some other ideas on how to kind of liven it up and make it fun, use games when helping your students analyze data, check out the article. We'll also put a link to that in the comments below. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day off. And if you're in one of those schools like my kids' schools, you have the whole rest of the week off. I hope you have a wonderful week of vacation and that you get to spend it the way that you're hoping to. For those going back to school tomorrow, enjoy your morning beverage. You got it. It's a 4-day week. You can do it. And we'll see you next week.